Okay, guys, so Defillama just listed ShibShift.com and the price of PulseShib is skyrocketing. The price of PulseShib is up about 10% from where it was yesterday. Now, this is great news for Pulse Chain, right? Because this is the growth of the Pulse Chain ecosystem, the DeFi Pulse Chain ecosystem growing. Now, when Pulse Chain was launched, initially there were two different strategies, right? One strategy was let's just fork over everything on Ethereum and let's onboard all the people on Ethereum onto Pulse Chain. And then there was another strategy of let's just build the Pulse Chain tools and grow those tools. And I'm more of the camp of let's build Pulse Chain tools. Now, the reason I don't like the strategy of trying to bring over everyone from Pulse Chain is that some of those people will not really want to stay. Because the strategy to bring them over was let's pay liquidity providers incentive token in order for them to provide liquidity for some of the pairs that are on Ethereum. And when people start to see the gains, they'll start to come onto Pulse Chain and use Pulse Chain and hold those Pulse Chain tokens. Now, I don't think that was a good idea because of one thing, right? You can fork the technology, but you can't fork the community. It's not that simple. And it has happened before. When Hex launched and was a super success, everyone and their mother wanted to fork Hex and create a better Hex. Now, you can objectively argue the fact that Hex without the origin address is a good idea. You can argue those facts. You can say that the Hex is all in the people's hands. You can argue that we need more liquidity. You can argue use cases for the Ethereum that was put in the adoption amplifier. And you can argue marketing use cases. You can argue development of the ecosystem use cases. You can argue all those things. So people try to build all those type of better hexes, but none of them succeeded because they could not fork the community. They had all the technology, they forked the technology, but they couldn't fork the community. So I think the same thing applies here. We might have better tech with Pulse Chain, we might have better everything, we might have incentive token to pay people, but if we're not going to fork those communities that easily. So I believe that DeFi on Pulse Chain, built for Pulse Chain, built by the community, is what will really grow the ecosystem, attract new people. Because when they see these projects coming in, when they are buying those tokens, they're sacrificing something. They're not getting some freebies. They're sacrificing something. They're putting some effort. They're holding. They're looking for the long-term vision of Pulse Chain, which is why I think that building for Pulse Chain is better than forked coins, in my view. I think that the human element in crypto is the most important element in the crypto space. And when we just have technology and we don't have those communities, all we become is exit liquidity. Because when these people come and they earn incentive token, when they come and then all of a sudden their paper is now valuable, all they're going to do is just dump it. And some people are openly said this on Twitter. And there was a tweet that Richard Hart shared where someone was saying that these Mexicans are down for giving us free money. Everyone, go and get your free paper, dump it and buy more paper tokens. So I don't think that's a good strategy. So when we have these tools, right, that are coming, that are building for Pulse Chains, that believe in the long-term vision of Pulse Chain, I think that's the best strategy to move forward. Now, if we're looking at this, if we're looking at PulseShib, right, in particular, just listed on Defillama, market cap is still about a little over $1 million. It's still a micro cap. And we're in this ecosystem that has massive upside potential. I think that the potential in terms of price performance for the Pulse Chain ecosystem is huge, the biggest in crypto. However, if you're going in the ecosystem, it's a lot riskier. If you want less risk, you got to play with the PulseX, Hex. If you want to increase risk, you go to the altcoins. But that cannot be a full portfolio because obviously there's many projects launching. There's many that will launch over. But I think the one thing that I think is for me the biggest test for any token is simple. Will it be around in the next year? Will it be around in the next 5 years? Will it be around in the next 10 years? That's what I think. Now, if you look at PulseShib, it's taking meme coin pumpamentals and it's taking DeFi, smashing those together and in a match made in pumpamental heaven. A match made in pumpamental heaven. So I think this is great, right? If you look at PulseShib, max supply is 1 trillion. Market cap is at 1 million. And right now the volume on PulseChain has been going down, dropping a little bit. I think the volume now is about, the last 24-hour volume is 16 million. But if you look at the volumes on PulseX V2, PulseX V1, on ShibShift, the volume of PulseShib has been really stable, has been really stable. And if you try and go and do an analysis, on-chain analysis, majority of the hodlers seem to be long-term holders who are not selling, who are just increasing their position slowly. And with the market cap of 1 million, there's an opportunity for you to have a big position with small amount of capital. So I think that this is a great opportunity. Obviously, moving forward, there's a lot of stuff that's happening within the PulseChain ecosystem, right? And some things I like, some things I don't like so much, right? Like, for example, sacrifice phases. I'm no longer a huge fan of sacrifice phases. I was initially, but after seeing some of the price performance that some of the tokens are doing, majority of the tokens are doing, the sacrifice phases, I don't think it's a great idea right now. But now what we see is that some teams, they'll do one sacrifice phase, and then do second sacrifice phase, and do third sacrifice phase. And this will only stop when people learn. If people are learning that, okay, look, I sacrificed for this project, because I said it in one video before that, guys, I don't think these sacrifice phases are not working. And then someone in the comment section said, well, you haven't heard about this new sacrifice that's better than other sacrifices because of this. I'm like, okay, you haven't learned your lesson. But everyone will learn at some point. I do think that in terms of launching tokens, I would like for us to get out of this sacrifice phase, and then we get into a new phase. I think we're going to get into a new phase, like possibly like airdrops, like initial farm offerings, like different IDOs, different strategies. I think we're going to have to find different ways of launching tokens that are beneficial to both the people launching the token and to the people who are getting their hands on that token, because it has to work. It has to work both ways. Those are my thoughts. Anyway, guys, it's a few things mixed up in this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think about this, and I will see you again next time. Obviously, remember, guys, this is not financial advice. Definitely not. Cryptocurrencies are risky, and you can lose whatever you put in. So, yeah, trade carefully.